Good morning. I think we will go ahead and start today's First Friday. So on behalf of the Independence Chamber of Commerce and the City of Independence, welcome to First Friday for the month of May. Before we get started, it's always time to hear from our great sponsor this morning. This month's sponsor is Independence Family Medicine and Wilson Medical Center. They, as always, as all of our sponsors do, have provided breakfast for us. So at this time, would you please welcome their CEO, Dennis Shelby.
Thank you. It's always great to have the opportunity to sponsor this event. I've always been impressed by how many people come out, and appreciate you all. I wanted to introduce my team that's here today, and I'm just going to go around the table. I'm going to start with Marty Long. Marty Long's our ARNP at the Independence Family Medicine. If you could stand up, and I know you don't like to do that. But, next to her is Nancy Weinbrenner, and Nancy's been with us for 5 years. She just got her 5-year pin the other day. And then we have our marketing director, Janice Reese. And then Jody Wright is the clinic manager for Independence Family Medicine. She's done a great job. And then our newest addition to our team is Sheila Mitchell, and she is our assistant marketing person. And then last but not least, Laura Dean, our director of human resources. And she has been with us a long time as well. We're celebrating 5 years at the Independence Family Medicine Clinic in May. I can't believe it's been that long. But we're proud of everything and the work that they've done and the reception that you've provided us. I want to close with just a message about what makes the best organizations. The best organizations, and not just in healthcare, but any organization, is having staff that are engaged, bought in, and empowered to do their job. Our activity committee put together this T-shirt. And I wanted to read what it says because it's hard for me to read it when it's on my person. But they did this. I didn't even know they did this. It says, "We care, we serve others, we are compassionate, we are knowledgeable, we work together, we have fun, we are successful, and we are Wilson Medical Center." That's the kind of people that you want taking care of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on your 5-year anniversary. All right, so First Friday is co-sponsored by the City of Independence and the Chamber of Commerce. As you all know, it's a free event. It's an opportunity for us to get together once a month and share information with the public. So it's time to pull out your calendars and let's talk about all the fun things that are happening in the community. So speaking of fun things, did everybody have a great Love Independence? Yes. So yes, it was a great day. The weather was very cooperative, and I received a DVD hot off the press this morning. You can go to the city's website and check this out. This is This is a video presentation from all of the work that was done at the 3 homes that were worked on this past weekend through the Community Mission for Improved Housing. So we will work to get this on our website as well, but check that out on the city's website. Lots of activities. One of the activities that will take place right here today after First Friday, if you have some extra time and you want to stick around, there's going to be Chicken Chat. So Chicken Chat is an opportunity for all of us to visit about the promotion of working hard to get Tyson into our community, but also talking about all of the questions and concerns and ideas and things that are going to crop up as we progress through this process. So there will be some individuals here from the Montgomery County Action Council that will sit and visit with you, collect all those questions, concerns, go out and get the answers to all of those, and then use that information when they prepare for their next community event that they've been having, where they gather all of us together and share information about that. The IHS Alumni Association is having their annual class reunion this weekend, so you'll see some familiar faces or unfamiliar faces in our community. Lots of people will be right here in this building, I believe, and some other places around the community celebrating their class reunion. The First Christian Church is having a rummage sale. I don't typically promote rummage sales because we have so much more to promote, but we want to definitely go check out all of their goods, because they are raising money for the Open Arms Diner, which is a very important piece of our community, providing meals to those who might need that on Tuesday evenings at their church. So for sustainability purposes, we need to support that rummage sale. It's from 8 to 3, starts today, and it's tomorrow as well. ICC, it's time for football. Kind of hard to believe. It doesn't feel like fall. We're just getting into spring. But Blue and Gold will have a scrimmage tonight at 6 o'clock at Schultz Stadium. Let's see, Saturday morning, lots of things happening Saturday morning. We'll start out with the farmers market. Carolyn Torrance and Terry Scott have worked hard to bring an amazing farmers market to downtown Independence. They've been doing this for years and years, and Carolyn tells me she has lots of booths ready for the market. You will also be entertained by Mr. and Mrs. Hester. The dueling dulcimers will be performing. And I say this as a disclaimer, so if you go down to the market and you're looking around for produce and things like that, and you're like, well, there's nothing down here, there will be. But remember, we can't just make tomatoes. They have to grow. We have to be patient. And as things come out of the garden, they will bring them to the market. So we wanted to start the market earlier this year. And so they're excited about their early opening. But we have to, again, be patient as we wait for those things to come out of the garden and progress throughout the summer. Number 2 is recycling. So recycling will be this particular Saturday. It's the first Saturday of the month from 8 to noon. And also remember that we have recycling now every day, every week on Tuesdays from 11 to 1. So if you're not a Saturday recycler, you can bring it out every Tuesday from 11 to 1 as well. Elk City State Park is opening this weekend, so it's free park entrance. They're having a barbecue competition as well, so lots of fun stuff happening out at Elk City State Park. The library and Eclectics have so many programs. That would be a program in itself. So check out all of the library programming that's on that calendar, as well as on their website and Facebook page. And Eclectics Art Gallery has a tremendous amount of programming as well, and it too is on their Facebook page and their website. The William Inge Theater Festival is kicking off next week, the 9th through the 12th, so be sure and get your tickets for that. Ladies' Night, I'm sure we're going to hear from Tabitha during a shout out, but that is on the 10th, so that's next week. So mark your calendar for that. Montgomery County Backs the Blue is on the 12th. We have a speaker that will be talking about that event as well. All Wheels Night is going to be on the 18th. That's a fun event in downtown Independence. Again, Terry Scott has worked that program for many years. I think Caddy Wampus is playing. There's going to be a great meal special at the American Soda Fountain. Lots of great cars and motorcycles. And then after the event, they will do the old-fashioned cruisin' Indy experience that we can all enjoy as well. On the 28th, we'll have Veterans Freedom Square. You're going to be hearing about their dedication to their memorial as well this morning. And lots of other fun activities that are planned through the months of May and June. If I have forgotten something, please be sure and let me know. If there's an error in the calendar, let me know. If you want an addition to the calendar, let us know. We will be publishing that later today in the newspaper and on our Facebook page. So get your changes in if you have something that you want us to put on there. As always, we try to be the hub of information at the Chamber. So always check out our website for information, our Facebook page at Get Independence. We always have a flyer table right over here that has a lot of the information, detailed information about what we just talked about. It's reported in the Reporter through the WhatsApp edition, and so that will be going out as well. They also publish our calendar of events for us in the newspaper. We do some live radio spots on KIND, and that is every Friday afternoon at 4:50. And then we tape a community calendar that runs four times a day, Monday through Friday, on two different stations. And then also on Tuesday mornings, I have the pleasure of doing a live interview in Coffeyville, 8:15 on KGGF 690, and that's replayed as well. So whatever station you listen to, you should be able to get lots of good information. And I say that because if you want some information publicized, it's a great way for us to help promote your events and activities. So be sure and let us know what's going on. There's comment cards scattered around the table. If something comes to mind that you think would be a great subject to discuss at First Friday, let me know. And it looks like there's still muffins and fruit and coffee and water. This is a casual event. You're welcome to hop up and get a snack and a drink as you would like throughout the event. And with that, we are ready to start with our speakers. We have some really good speakers this morning. You're going to really enjoy all that they have to share with you. So our first speakers are a couple of high school sophomores. It's always fun to get our youth in front of us. And I found out about this program from their art teacher, Leanne Stewart. And this group of kids is working hard to blend their artistic talents with the love of reading. So at this time, would you please welcome Anita Jimenez and Ashton Johnson.
Hi, we are Anita Jimenez and come over here, Ashton Johnson, and we are the co-chairs of Reading Rocks. And so this is a project that we started through the IHS Art Club. And as some of you guys might have heard already, we have the Independence Rock Hunters, and now it's a twist. So Reading Rocks is, we're going to be painting book covers on the rocks. And so book covers, book characters, and then the rocks will be hidden around town like normal. And the painted covers will range anywhere from pre-K to high school. It's going to include some popular books such as The Very Hungry Caterpillar, Harry Potter, Twilight, and a lot more. On the back, there will be a small slip of paper that instructs the kid to take it to the public library to receive a free book of that same title, and they get to keep the rock. So the rocks will be hidden around town throughout the last 3 weeks before summer starts, so like around May 6th. We're going to be painting 5 rocks for each title to create less of an argument to give kids a greater chance of finding the book that they want. They will be hidden in the park and zoo area near churches, at the library itself, downtown, and just popular spots in Independence. They will be hidden in obvious areas, so it's not that hard to find them. The goal of this project is to encourage kids to not only read, but be active and social, which in turn will also promote and facilitate quality family and friend time. This idea was acquired from a mother of 2 from Texas who has an autistic child. She used the idea as a way to get him out of his shell and get him into reading. It started as just simply hiding them around the house and giving him the book in return, and eventually started getting out there, talking to different groups, and it became a big community project, which is what we're trying to do. I always get asked, what do I get out of it? And, well, before they didn't get anything out of it. They could keep the rock or re-hide it, and now they get the book. And and through this project, we hope that it will spark interest in the various summer literacy programs at the public library.
What we need now is financial sponsors to help us provide new books. Any donation is appreciated. We hope to provide approximately 150 to 200 books throughout the summer. So far, we have raised $300 from local civics clubs, and we hope to reach our goal of $500. This is a great community service project, and many in the community are already excited. This is the first time this project is being done by us, so there's many obstacles that we may run into. One of them being, how will we keep tabs on the rocks hidden? Our solution is that we will have a spreadsheet for that the librarians at the public library can have to mark as we go. There will be trial and error in our first time, but we hope to learn from the mistakes to better this project even more and hopefully to do it next year. Furthermore, we are planning to make an after report to present to all the groups who have sponsored and we hope will sponsor the group next year. All the groups that will donate have their name on a flyer that we are producing and will be posted around town to continue to drum up attraction to the project. Again, we are Reading Rock co-chairs Anita Jimenez and Ashton Johnson, and our IHS Art Club sponsor is Leanne Stewart. Thank you.
These are some of the rocks that we have. So like the Twilight one, green eggs and ham, Chica Chica Boom Boom, just different rocks like that. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. We're proud of you guys. So, and they're going to slip out because they've got to go to school. So, we look forward to seeing those rocks around town. Yeah.
Where do we contact about sponsorship?
Yes, you can send things to the Independence High School, attention Reading Rocks, attention Art Club. Karen Newkirk is our accountant at school, and she manages everything, so it will find us.
Good.
Who do we make the check out to?
You can make it out to Independence High School, you can make it out to Reading Rocks. Apparently, the bank and Karen have an understanding, and she tells them where to put it, and it magically goes there. So,
Okay. So let's make our checks out to Independence High School. Maybe put in the memo Reading Rocks.
Yes.
Make sure it gets to Leanne Stewart Art Club at the high school.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, moving right along to our next great speaker. She is no stranger to First Friday. She has been up here before to speak about other subjects. This morning, Joanne Smith is going to be talking to us about Women for Women, who are solving problems the entrepreneurial way, and a great opportunity for young girls this summer regarding a STEM camp. So at this time, would you please welcome Joanne Smith.
Thank you, Lisa. So I always like to start with a few jokes. Any of you who are in Optimist Club know that. I'm famous for my corny jokes. So today, since my topic is women, I have a few men versus women jokes. So we probably all know this. A man will pay $10 for a $5 item that he needs. A woman will pay $5 for a $10 item that she doesn't need just because it's on sale. That totally resonates with me. So a man has about 5 items on average in his bathroom: a toothbrush, a razor, shaving cream, a bar of soap, and a towel, maybe that he stole from Motel 6. The average woman has approximately 328 items in her bathroom, most of which the average man couldn't identify. And then here, tell me if this one's true in your household. Women always have the last word in an argument. Anything a man adds after that is just the beginning of another argument. Okay, and my last one. So why is it that across the nation, and across Kansas also, women are about half as likely to own a business as a man? I don't have a funny punchline to that one. It's just kind of the stark reality. Women, I believe, are, because of lots of reasons, lots of cultural norms in our society, the way women have been raised, obligations that they feel that they have at home, just being less risk averse and willing to take chances, maybe having less confidence. Maybe someone told them it's a bad idea and they internalized that and said, oh, it probably really is a bad idea. I probably can't do this. So, but that's the statistic. Women are much less often to own a business. They own much fewer businesses than men across the country and across the state. The state average really mirrors the national statistic. It's true for women, for people of color, for veterans, people with disabilities, anyone who faces challenges in society. Business ownership is not typically one of their opportunities. So we're working at the Fab Lab to change that statistic specifically for women, and we have designed a program that is just getting off the ground. We're about 3 months in, but it's part of a grant that we received last year from the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation. The Kauffman Foundation supports entrepreneurship throughout the country, really globally, and they've been very good to the Fab Lab over the years. And last year they had an opportunity for people to apply for what they were calling their inclusion grant, designed to lower the barriers to entrepreneurship for all of those diverse populations that I mentioned. And at the Fab Lab, we had seen maybe a little bit of a different trend. We had seen a growing number of women who were interested in coming in and exploring, individuals and business owners or people interested in business, but just women who wanted to kind of learn more about what they could do, explore some making projects, things they'd never maybe done before, never been shown how to do. So we decided our target should be women for the grant, and we wrote a grant for $82,000. It's a 2-year grant program. What we didn't know, little side note, we didn't know at the time that we were one of among about 800 applicants from across the country, and we ultimately were one of only 21 applicants who were selected. And on top of that, every other community that's participating in this grant has a population of well above 100,000. So we are one of the very smallest organizations and smallest communities, but we really appreciate the fact that the Kauffman Foundation recognizes the importance of entrepreneurship in rural America and what it can really do for our economy. So our program, we're calling Women for Women, because it's a program where we're trying to match women who have interests, women who are looking for a change, women who have needs, with other women who've been successful in business and have already kind of launched their entrepreneurship journey. It's all about building self-confidence. It's about helping women explore new ideas, and maybe people who are looking for a change, maybe people who are just looking even to grow what they've already started. So the way we've structured this, we've had 3 events so far, and the first thing we did is bring together about 15 to 20 local women who have been successful in their entrepreneurial journeys, maybe at different points. Some have been in business for years, some are just getting started, some of you are in this room, and we asked them to share their very important insights about getting into business. We asked them what were their challenges, what were the small things that kind of held them back for a little bit and gave them pause. What were the true actual barriers that they had to overcome to launch their business and to be successful? What would they do differently if they went back and could talk to their younger self? What resources did they find along the way that were most valuable to them? And what were the greatest rewards of being their own business owner or an entrepreneur and working that way? So we're using those insights to build the content for our program. And the other activities that we had an open orientation where we invited any woman in the community or the entire area who is interested in learning more about Women for Women to come in and give them an overview. And then we hosted just last week a problem-solving workshop. And we invited a local woman entrepreneur to come in and talk about the problems that she had to overcome as she launched her business. And problem solving is just not about, in the entrepreneurial mindset, it's not just about challenges or things that you personally have to overcome, but problem solving is really what it's all about in business. You're solving problems for other people. You're providing a service and need for your customers. And often from an entrepreneurial perspective, that starts with yourself. You find there's something you don't have that you need. There's a product that you think needs to be invented that would solve an issue, solve a problem. And so that's really what entrepreneurial thinking is all about, and that's what we're helping our women work through. So through Women for Women and also what the Fab Lab calls its Growth Accelerator program, we're also offering individual coaching to women who have ideas and need just maybe some one-on-one advice. We are going to, down the road, engage our SWAT team members as mentors, again, on kind of a one-on-one situation with women who are trying to explore their idea. We'll also be developing a mobile fab lab. So we'll be purchasing a cargo van, putting some computers and equipment in that, and taking it out on the road, maybe to community centers, churches, libraries, and other communities, and have events so we can reach women who are even in more isolated areas and don't have the same resources in their communities. All of our events and workshops are free and open to anyone who would like to attend, women of all ages. We're trying to offer at least one a month, and in some cases it'll be a little more frequent than that. And every event is designed as a standalone workshop, so in other words, you don't have to sign up on day one and attend session 1, 2, and 3, to be able to come to number 4. They're all designed to kind of provide some good education individually, so you don't have to have a background of the first 3. You can come at any time. Like I said, it's for all women who are interested in learning something new and networking with other women. Some of our women who have been participating are full-time business owners. Some have a little part-time or even a little side gig that they're working on. Some don't own businesses at all and maybe never really intend to, but they wanted to explore something new. Maybe they're looking for a life change, or in many cases, some cases, a life change has been kind of thrust upon them that they weren't expecting, and they're trying to figure out what's next. Really, the possibilities are endless. The feedback that we've received from our sessions and the learnings from the women, especially when they're in community with other women and networking, it makes it a very dynamic program. We really design each workshop kind of based on the feedback from the one before, so it's always changing and it's always relevant to the women who are participating. We will continue these activities through about August, September of 2019, so we've got about a year and a half to go. And we're really looking forward to how it develops. So the second exciting program that I want to talk to you about is also for women, but slightly younger women, those in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Some of you may have received Jim Carell's newsletter this week and have seen a little introduction of this, but we haven't announced it too widely yet. But the Fab Lab, I swear, is a grant magnet. So we received another grant just recently. This one is from the Verizon Foundation, the technology company. And they work in conjunction with the National Association for Community College Entrepreneurship, which is a program, an organization that Jim Carell has been associated with for several years. They are providing a grant to provide STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and math, to middle school age girls throughout the country. So ICC and the Fab Lab are one of 16 community colleges that have been selected across the nation to provide a 3-week summer camp for girls. It is 3 weeks. It's for up to 100 girls. In fact, our goal is exactly 100. And it will be a Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. kind of thing. It's a large commitment, but it's going to be very exciting. Verizon and NACE, the National Association for Community College Entrepreneurship, are providing all kinds of equipment. The education is going to include 3D printing, augmented and virtual reality, coding. We're going to do field trips. We're going to have a lot of hands-on projects where we'd actually make things. There'll be a showcase at the end of the camp where the girls will be able to display the projects that they've created. Every girl who participates will receive a Verizon tablet, and she will keep that, use that during the camp, but it's also hers to keep if she completes 80% of the camp, attends 80% of the days. All of the equipment will be provided to us, the 3D printers, all of the supplies and everything to make this happen, and those will be kept by the Fab Lab and used on an ongoing basis. So it's a pretty amazing grant opportunity. I will tell you that the primary target objective for Verizon is to serve lower income girls from households that are low or very low income. So in the application process, we're asking the question, do you participate in the free or reduced lunch program at school, or how would you describe your household, low income, very low income, average, et cetera. Those are really the only questions that can be asked. But we want to try to reach those girls as much as possible. However, I don't want to discourage any middle school age girls who are interested from applying, because we're looking for 100 girls who can commit to 3 full weeks. The dates are July 16th through August 3rd. Full days each of those days, and I know that's going to be difficult probably for a lot of families, especially in the summertime. So it is a big commitment, but it's going to be, I think, a really rewarding experience for the girls. In addition to, I should say a little bit more about the camp itself, we will provide breakfast and lunch and snacks every day. The grant also allows us to provide transportation, so we're not quite sure where all of our applicants or our girls are going to come from, but we've promoted this in a pretty wide area through the schools, so we might be able to pick girls up from several miles away and bring them in and take them home. We also will be doing field trips. We'll have guest speakers. Verizon executives actually participate. They'll, via FaceTime or Skype, they'll come in and do a little presentation to our girls. So it's really going to be fun. We will have 5 instructors for the camp. Our 2 lead instructors are Carrie Augusto and Shelley Charter, and they both attended just last week a 3-day training for the curriculum. The curriculum itself was developed at Arizona State University, and it's very structured, although we'll have flexibilities to do things like I said, have speakers, do field trips, etc. But Carrie and Shelley traveled to Phoenix, or to Arizona State University, to attend the training last week and came back a little overwhelmed, but super excited to present this. So in addition to the camp, there's a little more to it. We actually will offer, after the camp, a monthly workshop for the girls. It's a way to keep them engaged and keep them excited. And so one Saturday a month, we will do some sort of workshop. We don't have all the details yet on how that will look. They're still kind of working that out with Verizon and NACI. But it could be a field trip, could be a maker workshop, could be a guest speaker, something like that. We'll get that figured out as we go. The application is the application is online, and the link is live now. I brought a few postcards and put them on the table over here that has the website address where you can go if you have a middle school age girl that you want to enroll. It is for girls who are coming into the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade next year. So 8th graders this year would not be eligible, but it's for those who are ascending or coming into those grades. And then we'll do it again next year. It's a 2-year program, so we're really looking forward. It's a big commitment on a lot of levels, but we think it's going to be really rewarding and beneficial for girls who maybe haven't always had the opportunity to be exposed to all of that education before. So I know that's a lot of information in a short time. Feel free to take a postcard with more, and I encourage you all too, if you for any reason haven't been to the Fab Lab yet, probably most of you have here, please feel free to come out and take a tour sometime and see the things that are happening now and what's on the horizon. It's kind of an endless possibility out there for what we can do for our people in the community. So thank you very much.
Exciting things are happening at the Fab Lab. Big expansion going on out there too. So fun stuff. All right, it's just a day full of women, I guess, isn't it? Our next speaker is probably a new face to all of us. She comes to us to talk to us about the Montgomery County Backs the Blue event that will be happening at the Oval at Riverside Park. So would you please welcome Shannon Ermacher.
So short.
Yes, pull it over. Just give it a...
Let's pull the whole thing in.
Uh-huh.
First of all, thank you for having me. I appreciate Lisa and all she's done for us. I'll just kind of give you a quick rundown on what our group is. We're just a local group, nothing formal, nothing fancy. It's just a group of law enforcement wives that got together. We started this about 2 years ago. The four of us, there's 4 main ones in the actual committee, and then we have several other law enforcement wives and spouses actually that come together and help volunteer for the different events. We started this back in 2016. We held our first event in Coffeyville. basically we decided, many of you probably remember 2016, that was a really rough year for law enforcement. We had a lot of law enforcement deaths. We had a lot of negative press. It was just kind of a rough time for all of them. We're not going to say that there is no bad law enforcement, because there is, but we want to try to promote the good law enforcement and what they are doing in our communities, and just things that you don't know that they're really doing or can see on a daily basis. So we just kind of wanted to get together. We threw together just kind of a little unity event in July of, like I said, 2016. We had law enforcement from across the county. Like I said, we're all kind of in different areas. We live, I'm actually over in Neodesha, so, but I work in Coffeyville, so we've got a couple from Independence and then Deering and Coffeyville. So we're kind of spread about in the communities in the county. We wanted to open it up for the county for a couple of reasons. We think not only does the communities need to come together and see these officers and meet them, and just meet them on a personal level and see who they really are, but also to bring our agencies together. I don't know if a lot of people are aware, but typically agencies don't like to work together, or a little bit of competition, a little bit of whatever. So we just kind of wanted to give them that opportunity as well. So that's where it all kind of started. We didn't do anything last year. We decided, we had a lot of people ask about it, and so we thought this year we'll try it again. This year we're going to hold it here in Independence. Like I said, we want to kind of try to move it around in the county a little bit. We're going to have it out here at the Oval, like Lisa said, on May 12th. That is a very busy day. Very, very busy day. I think we have a couple of graduations in Coffeyville that day, and then several other places, of course, Mother's Day weekend. So it's a busy weekend. The point of having it on May 12th was just to kick off National Police Week. So we're stuck with that. So I think we're going to look at maybe moving it into the fall. There is a Thank a Police Officer Day, I think, in September. So we're going to look at something like that instead. But for now, we're doing it here. We are going to have some different things going on. It's just in the morning from 9 to noon. We are holding a 5K that morning, just kind of a memorial run type event. We will also have a 1 mile fun run. It's called the Donut Dash. So at each turn, you'll have to stop and eat a donut before you can proceed. So, yes. So a lot of officers are very excited about that. I don't know why. So those are a couple things that we'll be doing that morning. That's the thing we're most excited about. We will have some law enforcement vehicles on hand. I think KHP, Highway Patrol, they're bringing something down, and I'm not really sure what. I think fire is going to bring their smokehouse. So we'll have some first responders on hand as well, because we do not want to forget the first responders. Again, we focus on law enforcement just because of, they get the bad rap a little bit more often, and so, but we do focus on our first responders and welcome them as well. We'll have a couple bounce houses. We want the family to come out. Obviously, we want our kids to come out and really meet these officers. We'll have the bounce houses. We'll have Dunk a Cop, which the cops are not as excited about, but they'll do it. Face painting, Chamber, I think, is doing face painting for us. We are just kind of planning a family day. We will have a couple of vendors set up. I don't think there's very many, but we do have 4 or 5 vendors that'll be on hand. We'll also have, there's a group out of Chanute that is raising autism awareness right now. In fact, they're pushing for a new license plate, and I think they just actually hit their mark, and that's going to be in the works. But they're going to come down and set up so you guys can have some information on that. That's a really great group that they've got going on there. So that's kind of us in a nutshell. I think that's probably all I have. I don't have any flyers today, but you can get them on the Chamber website. We also have a Facebook page, Montgomery County Backs the Blue. Please come and like it. Check out what's going on. We are taking sponsorships, of course, if anybody would like to sponsor the race or any part of the fun day. Basically what we do is the money that we raise is to put on events like this and to also help any of our law enforcement families in need. Luckily, We don't have that very often here in our communities, but every once in a while you'll have a family in law enforcement that needs something, and so we definitely want to make sure that we can do that for them. So that's kind of what we have. So,
Thank you.
all right. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And I've got one of the flyers up here, so if you want to swing by and get any of the information, you can look at this, and as well, it's on our Facebook page, but this is what you'll look for if you're on the website or the Facebook page, and they have a Facebook page as too, and you can see this information as well, so I'll leave that out. But thank you for doing that. And it's going to bounce back and forth between the communities every other year, so it's a great event, so let's get out and support that on Mother's Day weekend from, what'd you say, 9 to noon?
9 to noon.
Fun stuff.
Race will start at 9.
The donut race.
We're pretty excited about that one.
Yeah. Joanne and I are in on the donut race, right? All right. So our last two speakers have been here before with the unveiling of the first side of the train trestle. That is a project. Oh, I'm sorry. Good grief. Oh, because I got out of order.
I know, I was like, I don't know how to tell you this, but
Okay.
she's been here before.
Sorry, I'm out of order. So let me back up and go back to Kathy Shepard. I apologize for that. I was just going down the line. So, all right. So, and this next speaker is going to wow you with all of their information that they have. So, you know that for a couple of years now, they've been working on the great project of the Veterans Freedom Square out in the Riverside Park, and now we're going to see it come to completion. On May the 28th, we're going to have the Veterans Freedom Square Military Memorial Dedication. And here to share with us all of the details of that is one of the committee members, Kathy Shepard.
I'm going to have to readjust this. That's okay. So as Lisa said, I'm here to talk about Veterans Freedom Square. And I want to go back to the beginning just a little bit. So the summer of 2014, I got a call from Doug Harlan, and he had a project that he had seen when he worked on the park board, serving on that committee. And the project had been, for 4 years, sitting and hadn't had anything done with it. And so it was his mission to try and resurrect that project, get it going. And so he started calling around that summer, putting together a committee that could work on the project. When we first met, and that would be August of 2014, one of the things that we talked about is that we wanted this to be a memorial that would serve all veterans and would also recognize the people that basically served in support of their veterans. So that's how we all got started. We put a committee together, Doug did, and we started meeting. The project originally had started with the Heartland Vietnam veterans, and like I said, it hadn't progressed for a few years, and so that was something that we thought was a great project, and we wanted to see that come to fruition. So we began meeting, and one of the things that you discuss when you start a project like this, because believe me, it was overwhelming when we started, you try to decide, do we plan the project and then fundraise, or do we start fundraising and then plan the project? So there were some initial designs done by Leonard Kiflish for the project. He had done those for Al Boyd, who was a member of the Heartland Vietnam Veterans. And so we decided that fundraising was what we were going to start with. $250,000 seemed like a large goal at the time. There were times when we felt like, are we really going to get there or not? But we've gotten there. So some of the highlights of our progress during the time, September 11th of 2016 was actually the groundbreaking for the project. Back in June of 2015, we had a big auction and project where we raised right at half of the money that we needed through that auction. And so we broke the ground in 2016, and then in November of 2016, the project actually began with construction. So this is a little bit of what it looks like. You don't see a picture of the tablets right now. We'll get to that in just a minute. This project has taken a lot of work, and our committee members, a lot of them are here today. We have met consistently over the 4 years, planning our fundraisers, planning the project, working with Leonard on designs. And so the other night, I got to go out there and see after the tablets were placed. And Mandy, you can pull that up. So this is what the project looks like. We call these tablets. And there is going to be one for the different conflicts that the United States has been in. And I have to tell you, walking out there and seeing those, after working for 4 years, it was very emotional to go out there and see those. One of the things that our committee really wanted to do throughout the process is we wanted this to be something that not only you just walk and you pass through, but we wanted it to be a learning tool also. So if you notice, there's a lot of writing. There's a map on there. It has some wonderful information about the conflicts and wars that the United States has participated in. And I really feel like it pays a lot of gratitude to our veterans in the community. We've had veterans who have worked on the project. We've had just community members work on the project. It's been a lot of time from not just getting the design. Even once these were done, Amy Taylor and I were just talking when we were up here this morning, making sure that all the wording is correct and all of our dates are correct. And the map, I know, took hours to get the map because they're actually the map of what the country looked like at the time. So it was not just like pulling it off the internet right now. There were things in there that she put in the maps that actually took a lot of time. So now we are ready to do our dedication. We're going to do that, as Lisa said, on May the 28th. That is Memorial Day, so most people will be off work, so we hope you will come out and attend. We picked that date because of a few reasons. That morning, we actually have a ceremony out at the cemetery for Memorial Day, and that is our Veteran Service Organizations put that on. And we also are going to be Tabitha's going to be putting up the banners downtown, and you all got to see that before. That's going to be exciting to have that. The burial flags that are put up in the cemetery will be up that day, and we just felt like that was really an appropriate day to have the dedication, and we're looking so forward to doing that. We're excited because we have some really good speakers that are going to be there that day. We have participation from a wide range of community members. Our speaker, our main speaker for the day is going to be retired Colonel Greg Burden. He actually is also the Kansas Commission on Veterans Affairs director, and he's going to be coming and speaking, and we're excited about that. We wanted to have a veterans response to this project, and so retired Colonel Bobby Baraji, who's a local gentleman from the U.S. Army, he also will be doing the veterans response that day. So we are very excited to get to this point. One of the things that you will notice out there at the memorial is the war on Afghanistan. That is not complete. That is ongoing. And so that is something that will have to be done in the future once that has ended. So we also planned ahead because we know there will probably be other conflicts. We know this is going to be a continuing effort to raise the money to do new tablets as they come up and keep that going for a long time. And so fundraising will be important in the future also. We're looking for some young folks who might be interested in working on this project too going forward. And we're just really excited about it. For the dedication, though, it's going to take place out at the park where the memorial is at. And if you don't know, that is in the area between the park office and the carousel. And because parking close to it is limited, and we want this to be open to all our veterans and for no one to have to worry about having to walk too far. We're going to have some golf carts with the extra seats out there that will be transporting people back and forth so they don't have to walk too far. We hope everybody will come out that day and support our veterans and show them how much we appreciate everything that they've done for us and for our freedom. And so we hope that you will come out and enjoy that day with us. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So before we move on, I want to ask that this table in particular, having been involved with the Veterans Freedom Square, anyone in the room that has had their hand in the Veterans Freedom Square Memorial, would you please stand up? That means if you've worked on it, been on a committee, if you bought a paver, anything, please stand up. If you have a paver out there. No. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. And if you don't have a paver and you would like one, you can still make purchases. So you can see Kathy or anybody in the group, and they can get you a form so you can fill those out and purchase a paver. Okay, now I'm back on schedule. So the two ladies that are going to be bringing up the tail end of First Friday today have been here before. They are part of the Our Turn initiative, which is championing our next generation of leaders in our community. And again, the Our Turn group should take credit for the dog park and all of the efforts that they put forth to make that dream a reality. And their next dream was to beautify the train trestle on North Penn Avenue. A few weeks ago, you know that we saw the, what side? South side of the train trestle, and we did the reveal for that. The artwork has been done. It has been finalized and approved, and today you are going to get to see on the screen behind me what the other side of the train trestle will be, and you're going to hear all about the work that's going to be done on that and when we can expect to be able to see that in downtown Independence. So with that, would you please welcome back to the podium Amy Taylor and Shelby Demo from Our Turn.
Happy Friday, everybody. Well, we'll do this pretty quick because you all know the whole spiel about how we got started on this project. But today we're going to be revealing the north side of the train trestle project. The other side kind of covered the park, the Riverside Park and Zoo, the features that we all know and love of the park and zoo. This other side is going to be covering the main aspects of Independence that everybody knows and loves. It features, well, go ahead and show, actually. It features William Inge to cover the aspect of theater in Independence. The lake, the Elk City Lake and Reservoir, Neowalla, Little House on the Prairie, and the shopping and dining that everybody loves in Independence. We all decided with the Chamber Tourism that we wanted people to know that they can eat, play, shop, and stay in Independence. And we hope you guys love the design.
You all have seen Shelby and I here far too often, but there are a number of other individuals that we must thank for making this project possible. There's a whole committee that's been pushing this project through for about the last 2 years. So we'd like to thank everybody that's been on that committee and contributed. We'd also like to thank, this is like the Academy Awards, I'm going to thank people quickly here. KDOT, Watco, they've been instrumental in working with us, getting this project to fruition. Logistics to this have been really difficult, much more difficult than we ever thought they would be. So it's involved the City of Independence as well. They've been helping us get traffic routed around the project once we start construction on that overpass or the remodeling. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so thanks to the City of Independence, the Commission has been great in supporting us. They approved the project so that we could complete it. We'd like to thank the Chamber. They've let us come here and visit with you several times. Also, their Tourism Board approved the artwork. So we're thankful to them. We'd like to thank the Four Paws and Park Boards. We presented the artwork to them so they could approve it. So they gave it their blessing. Community Chest was also a big part of our fundraising. They helped us with that. There's some contractors that we need to thank. Kelleher Outdoor Advertising and Architects, they've been instrumental in helping us with the construction, creating the structure that's going to support these billboards on the sides of the overpass, as well as printing the graphics that are going to go on the billboards. Etches and Painting will be taking care of all of the paint removal, the painting, the sandblasting, everything that's going to take place to make that overpass look a whole lot better. And Volts Welding is going to be taking care of making the actual, applying the actual structures to the overpass. So we need to recognize all those people. Most of them are working for free. Some of them are getting a little bit of money, but not near what they deserve. They've been very generous with their time and resources. And thanks to all of you that have donated money and time to this project. We have most of the money we need to complete the initial phases of the project. What we're looking for now is some additional things we'd like to do to beautify the overpass as well as maintain it. So if there's anyone here that hasn't had a chance to make a donation and they would like to, we have some of these forms here, so just grab one of those and take it with you.
Thank you.
That looks so cool. Can't wait for that to be done. All right, so it's time for our shout outs. So I'm going to turn on the mic over here and ask that if you have a shout out to come right up here up front, and we'll pass the microphone around. Dean, you're up first. Dean's going to speak, and following him, I'm going to let Joel McNeil talk to all of us. He's actually, Joel, you want to come on up too? He's a new chamber member, and he's going to introduce himself, but first we'll go with Dean.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm Dean Hayes. This is Mike Baldessero. We're 2 of 9 members of the recently created Citizens Strategic Planning Advisory Committee. The first step of our strategic planning process is to survey the community regarding the future of independence. We want to invite you to be part of our strategic planning by participating in this important community survey. The results of the survey are statistically most meaningful if we get hundreds and hundreds of responses and engage the whole community. Your best option to participate is to go to the City of Independence website, listed here on the bottom of our banner. Find this banner that looks like this at the top of the page, and click on the box and follow the survey instructions. Your thoughtful and candid feedback would be greatly appreciated. We need to understand your point of view. Additionally, you're invited to attend a community dialogue session, which is open to the public. It will be held Wednesday, May 16th at 6 p.m. right here at the Civic Center. We encourage you to do both the session and the survey. The dialogue session will include breakout groups to brainstorm and discuss ideas on what the city should prioritize over the next 5 years. Tanner, our outside consultant, will provide the facilitation for that whole meeting. If you do not have access to the internet, we have some paper copies of the survey with us today, and you can pick those up from Mike or I as you leave at the doorway. Also, to summarize then, please go to the IndependenceKs.gov website, click on this survey, and take it online, and that would be very helpful. And plan to attend the dialogue session Wednesday, May 16th at 6 p.m. right here at the Civic Center. We really appreciate the support of our efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So everybody get those surveys filled out. All right, up next is our newest member to our community, Joel McNeil.
All right, I was once told that no one ever complained about a speech being too short, so I'm going to stick to that. I am a new member of the Chamber, and I'd like to thank Lisa and the Chamber for all the help and information they provided when I decided to join. So my wife Casey and I recently moved back to Independence. We decided it's a great place to raise our family. We're looking forward to doing that here. I joined the Chamber for 2 reasons. One, it's extremely important for young families to be involved in the community. I think the Chamber does a lot of really good things. We're looking forward to being involved in that. 2, it's a great opportunity to plug my business. So, McNeil Homeworks is my business, and I specialize in handyman and home renovation services. Basically what that means is I don't specialize in anything. I do a little bit of everything. So if you guys have any projects that you need done at home, anything that you're thinking about doing, give me a call and I'll help you get it done. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to town, Mr. Farthing. Just keep on coming. Cuddle up. Get up here close.
Well, just want to remind everybody that the Mid-Continent Band begins its 126th season at the end of this month. May 28th, Memorial Day, at the Cenotaph or 4-H building, depending on the weather. May 29th, well, the concert season starts Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and it's weekly. It's an event that brings us together as a community. It's truly Americana. And I have a question. How many of you have ever attended one of the concerts? Raise a hand. See, a lot of people have. If you haven't, I recommend that you do because it's a lot of fun and just a pleasant evening outside. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ellie Culp, and I'm with Relay for Life. This year, Relay for Life is Relay for Life for Montgomery County. We are now combined with Coffeyville. How many of you are survivors, cancer survivors? Okay, we have several here. And I'm sure there's several of us that have cancer survivors in our home, and we just want to let you know that we're thinking of you. Tomorrow night, May the 5th, we are having our Survivor Banquet. This is a celebration for survivors. It will be at the Nazarene Center from 6 to 8. That's out here on North 10th. We have a dinner that is furnished by Egbert's. Egbert's has done this for like the last 10 years, and they furnish all the food, they furnish all the serving, they do everything. Susie out the Egbert's has an aunt and different ones in her family that had cancer, and she does this as a tribute to the survivors. This is for survivors and for caregivers. So, and our theme this year is Fighting for a Fairy Tale Ending. Some of us will come in costumes, and we're going to have a wonderful program, and everything is free. The meal and everything is free. So there's extra invites on the table over there. If you didn't get one, there's an ad in the paper last night, and also tonight there'll be another ad in the paper. If you're a survivor, you will also get your survivor t-shirt. I'm on the committee, and I have a committee t-shirt on today. The Relay for Life Survivor Walk, the actual walk, is going to be combined with Coffeyville this year. It will be at Coffeyville Stadium on June 22nd. So anyway, just remind you, tomorrow night out at the Nazarene Center out here, we're having the Survivor Dinner This is for survivors and their caregiver, and it's all free, and we just hope you come out. See you later.
Thank you. And also, I'll mention that we have the SEK Cancer Support Group. It's always on the second Tuesday of the month. Atmos is sponsoring all of the refreshments for that support group, and Dr. Null is going to be the speaker that evening, and that too is for cancer patients at this time, survivors, caregivers, anyone that might find that helpful to have that support, and that again is the Southeast Kansas Cancer Support Group. It's on your calendar. Take it away, Drew.
Thank you, Lisa. As a true friend of Independence, dilly dilly. What I have today, it's kind of a twofold thing. It's to help the Freedom Square get the word out. We have postcards for veterans, and Freedom Reserve is brewed by veterans and for veterans, and we have our local driver is a veteran. So just that's one of the things I have to say today. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and these postcards are going to be with Kathy. She just found out about it.
I'm Rita Taylor with St. John Clinic. Just wanted to let everyone know we'll be doing our free sports physical night on May 23rd from 5 to 7. So just wanted to get the word out a little bit that we moved it up a little bit this year for high school schedules and middle school camps and things that go on during the summer. So come out May 23rd and help us get the word out that we're doing those free sports physicals, 5 to 7.
Thank you. Those are helpful.
My name is Eric Rutherford, and I'm the artistic director for the William Inge Theater Festival, and I'm out here just to remind you, in just a few short days, the official State Theater Festival of Kansas will be held May 9th through the 12th. We're very excited to be honoring Carlisle Brown. We've got wonderful evening events the 9th through the 12th, and that I hope each and every community member might consider coming out and enjoying some of the wonderful theater that we're bringing into town. I also wanted to say quickly that just a big thank you to all of the businesses that purchased vouchers this year. We did a ticket voucher this year, and to remind anyone who has one of those vouchers that you need to redeem that before the festival. So if you've got a voucher in your hand, please call our office, redeem it, and then come out and visit us next week. It's going to be pretty fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Tricia, slide on.
Hi, I'm Tricia Purdon. I'm the Executive Director of Montgomery County Action Council. I wanted to let everyone know that immediately following First Friday, we're going to be hosting a chicken chat. So anyone who wants to learn more about poultry potentially coming to Montgomery County and to Southeast Kansas, to stay a little after and learn more and have some conversations with us about this project. So thank you very much.
Good morning, Tabitha Snodgrass with Independence Main Street, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about our Ladies' Night Out on May 10th at the Booth Hotel. From 6 to 8, we're going to have free finger food, and there'll be a cash bar, but we have over 25 local vendors that have signed up to be there that night. So we have beauty products, chair massages, hand scrubs, I mean, you name it, we're going to have it that night. Jewelry, all kinds of fun stuff. And then a fashion show with our 4 boutiques and Cantrell's Jewelry at 7:15, so you don't want to miss that. And then just a little heads up for a save the date. We're working on doing a first Thursday in the evenings of every month for June, July, and August. And so I'll give you a little teaser on it. It'll involve music, food trucks, and so we're really trying to get that going for June, so save the date on that. And then I just wanted to add for Kathy's project on Memorial Day, we are able to add 41 veterans banners on top of the 47 I think we had the first time. So it is going to be quite a sight downtown, and we are excited to see that. So thank you.
Thanks again for letting us sponsor this today. And I did want to recognize 2 other providers that aren't here. Jonathan Rodriguez, who's been with the Independence Family Medicine Clinic the longest, and then Dr. Curtis Hurwich, who also works at our Independence Family Medicine Clinic. But thank you all.
Thank you. Yeah, you do, for TV.
I just wanted to send a shout out to the employees that I've got that work here and a couple of the supervisors that work locally for Atmos Energy to the house project. Last Saturday at Love Independence Day, we painted the house with the help of Westar Energy at 900 North Penn, and what a transformation. I thought that was fantastic, and it was nice to see our employees get out there and do something in the community like that when you don't normally see them in that light. So just a shout out to everybody that did that.
Thank you.
I'd like to announce a free event. It's going to be on Sunday, May 20th at 4 p.m. It's a patriotic tribute to veterans and American songs. It'll be performed by the Tulsa Praise Band. It's a 20-piece big jazz band, and it's at the First Christian Church at 319 South Laurel, and there'll be a special donation that will be taken during the event.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I have to echo what David Harson said. Textron Aviation, Westar Energy, and Atmos, they rock. They did amazing work with the help of the Community Mission for Improved Housing, and all the volunteers changed lives that day and did an amazing job. So great, great, great work. Anything else? Well, with that, we're going to thank our business sponsor one more time, Independence Family Medicine and Wilson Medical Center. Congratulations again on 5 years. They're going to be having business after hours on the 22nd for all chamber members. And we welcome you to take your community calendars with you. Go to the flyer table, grab some extra flyers for your place of work. Leave your comment cards behind if you have any ideas, and be sure and stick around if you want to participate in some chicken chat. Have a great weekend. Thank you for coming.